Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to talk about Vikram Seth's doctor's journal entry for August 6, 1949. It is a poem, okay. First of all, we are going to look at who is Vikram Seth. He is an Indian novelist and poet, okay. He has written several novels and poetry books. He has won several awards such as Padma Shri, Sahitya Academy Award, Pravasi Bharatiya Samman, and has also won W.H. Smith Literary Award and Crossword Book Award. Okay, he has written n number of novels and poetries, and also one of the famous novel, A Suitable Boy. Okay, so in today's video we are going to talk about a doctor's journal entry for August 6, 1949 poem. This is a poem, but you can see that it's the title actually signifies a kind of journal writing, and a particular date has been mentioned, August 6, 1945. What exactly is this date? This date is about when the explosion of Hiroshima happened, and what was the scenario and how did this particular person felt. That same feelings he has entered in this particular poem. Okay, he has mentioned all the scenarios, and apart from it, the theme, if you look at the theme of the poem, it is obviously an anti-war poem. So we are going to go line by line, and we are going to see what exactly the poet wants to convey. The poem starts with the morning stretch calm, beautiful and warm. Okay, now here the poet is describing a very peaceful and a very serene morning. Okay, the setting is very peaceful. The next line, sprawling half clad, I gazed out at the form. The poet is in a way relaxing. There is a very peaceful morning, and he is partially dressed. Okay, he is looking out, he is observing his surrounding, just as we wake up and we try to get up from our sleep, and we do things in half sleep. The same way he is trying to do things, okay, getting ready for the morning. The next line, of shimmering leaves and shadows, suddenly a strong flash, then another startled me. What is it? He was admiring the play of the light, okay, on leaves and the shadow they cast. Okay, he was looking in the surrounding of outside the window, and he was admiring the sunlight which is falling on the leaves, and suddenly two bright flashes of light. So there was something which happened in that particular serene surrounding, peaceful surrounding. This is obviously indicating the explosion of atomic bomb. Okay, the strong flash. Then the next line say, I saw the old stone lantern brightly lit, magnesium flares while I debated it. And he was trying to come up with what exactly happened, and his imagination said that someone has lit up a lantern. Okay, अगर मैं हिंदी में बोलूँ तो कंदिल, and the magnesium flares. So there was magnesium flares, a blue kind of a flames, and he was trying to make sense of such brightness. The roof, the wall, and as it seemed the world collapsed in timber and debris, dust swirled around me in the garden now, and weird my drawers and undershirt disappeared. So basically he is saying that right now all the surrounding which was so much peaceful, serene, and the roof, the walls, everything, basically houses, everything, the world around him started to collapse in debris. Debris means garbage, and dirt swirled means there was all the way smoke happening around. Okay, and in the garden now everything was like a garbage. My drawers and undershirt disappeared, and also the surrounding which was basically in the house which he was standing started to disappear, because something was happened, okay, in that particular time period. A splinter jutted from my mangled thigh, My right side bled, my cheek was torn, and I dislodged detachedly a piece of glass, all the time wondering what had come to pass. So basically, some piece of metal, it got pierced inside his thigh, and the right side bled. His cheek was also torn because of the piece of glass which was pierced in the cheek. So something was crashing in front of him, and that many particles entered his body as well. Okay, and he was in fact very much not aware of what is happening around, and he was just wondering all the time which has come to pass, means what exactly is happening around him. Okay, then he realized, where was my wife? Alarmed, I gave a shout. Where are you, Yeko san? My blood gushed out. The artery in my vein scared for my life. I called out panic stricken to my wife. Basically, he started shouting his wife because he realized that okay, in this house his wife is also there, and he doesn't know where is she safe, or is she hurt, and the artery in my neck. Basically, he was shouting for his wife, and he also got panicked. Pale, blood-stained, frightened, Yeko-san emerged, holding her elbow. We will be fine, I urged. Let's go out quickly. Stumbling to the street, we fell, tripped by something at our feet. So basically, his wife arrived, and they, in a very panic situation, they decide to move out of the house. And when they were moving out, they stumble in the street and they fall down. What happens next was, I gasped out when I saw it was a head. So basically, they stumble on someone's head. Excuse me, please excuse me, he was dead. A gate that crushed him. There we stood afraid. So basically, because of explosion, someone's head was, removed from his body. It was separated from his body, and they were so shocked to see this scenario. They stood there and they were so much afraid. A house standing before us tilted, swayed, toppled, and crashed. Fire sprang up in the dust, spread by the wind. It dawned on us we must get to the hospital. We needed aid. Basically, he realized that the house which was standing before his eyes few minutes ago, that house has been crashed. Obviously, the explosion has happened, and because of which the house tilted, swayed, and then it crashed into the ground, and what happened, a fire sprang up. Okay, and there is a formation of dust while all these things were happening. And he also realized that some explosion has happened and they need to rush to the hospital to get the aid. Now the next line is, and I should help my staff too. Though this made sense to me then, I wonder how I could. My legs gave away. Basically, he was searching for his people, and he was thinking about how they could also get the help of him, but he also knew the fact that he himself was injured, and at the same time his legs gave away, means his leg gave up. Why? Because some instrument has pierced his thighs, if you see in the previous line. So what happened? Because of his legs giving away or giving up, I sat down on the ground. Thirst seized me, but no water could be found. My breath was short, but bit by bit my strength seemed to revive and I got up at length. Basically, he fell down because of the pain, because of the piercing that had happened in his thighs, and he was also feeling thirsty, but there was no water around, and he was falling short out of breath. But bit by bit he gathered up the courage, he gathered up the strength, and his strength seems to revive and he stood up. I was still naked, but I felt no shame. This thought disturbed me somewhat till I came upon a soldier standing silently who gave the towel round his neck to me. Basically, because of explosion, his whole clothes which was he wearing, So everything was stirred up and he was standing naked. But then as soon as he witnessed a soldier, what he saw is the soldier is standing silently looking at him, and he tried to offer the towel. Okay, the soldier offered the towel to him, which he was putting around his neck. My legs stiff with dried blood rebelled. I said to Yeko Sen, she must go on ahead. She did not wish to, but in our distress, what choice had we? A dreadful loneliness. Basically, this guy was not able to move, okay, because of the injury in the leg. So, what he commanded to his wife, he said that maybe you should go ahead and take the medicines, take the aid which you need. I will come, okay. Obviously the soldier was there to help them, okay. So the soldier took the wife first, and this guy said that I'll come behind, I'll come after some time because my legs have given up, but you should move ahead, okay. Now a dreadful loneliness came over me when she had gone. My mind ran at high speed, my body crept behind. Basically, he is saying that everything which was happening around him and to him, the mind was at his utmost speed, but his body was not able to move. And at the same time, he felt a lot of loneliness because this is the first time he was feeling so much helpless. I saw the shadowy form of people. Some were ghosts, some scarecrow, and all were wordless dumps. Here, basically, mentioning to all the people who were dead. Okay, they were like ghosts. They were laying on the ground with their removed body parts, etc. And he was also referring to the people who were just like him, very much injured, and they were silent in shock, okay. So what did he say? I see a shadowy form of people. Some were ghosts, some scarecrow, all were wordless dump. Now arms stretched straight out, shoulder to dangling hand. It took some time for me to understand the friction on their burns caused so much pain. So basically this is the scenario where your skin has been pierced, and as soon as you touch your skin there is a kind of different kind of a pain, the intensity of pain you feel. So similarly, when the bomb exploded, when there was an explosion, the skin got pierced, okay, and now the friction is causing so much pain to them. Then the next is they feared to chafe, shuffled in the blank parade towards the hospital. I saw dismayed a woman with a child stand in my path, both naked. Had they come from the bath? So just like him, there were other people, and what he saw a lady with a child. They were both naked, and they were also rushing towards the hospital. So basically, who were alive, but they were not mentally alive because they were in shock, and everyone, the crowd was moving like a parade of soldier towards the hospital. And same like this particular doctor, other people were also naked. I turned my gaze, but I was at a loss that she could stand thus till I came across a naked man, and now the thought arose. Basically, he's saying that I tried to move my gaze away from that lady, but I was at loss because when I turned around my gaze, I saw another man who was similarly naked as all of us. Okay, and then what this doctor thought, that some strange thing has happened, has stripped us of our clothes. The face of an old woman on the ground was marred with suffering, but she made no sound. Silence was common to us all. I heard no cry of anguish or a single word. Basically, he was looking here and there, and he saw a lot of people who were naked, and then he saw an old lady whose face was on the ground, and she was showing immense pain, okay, but she was silent. The expression was painful, but she was there lying silently, and he says the silence was at that particular time common for all of us, okay. and there was no cry of anguish or a single word. So the world was very much silent, the surrounding, the atmosphere has become very much silent, and he can see all at everyone's faces, he can see the pain, but there was no uttering of word. Basically he is giving us the picturization of horrors which people, after facing such consequences, they kind of how they go through the mental trouble. Okay, so this was it, this was the whole poem. I hope you like it. In that coming video I'm going to come up with the more videos about novels, poems or short stories. Till then, keep watching and keep learning. Bye.